Now that we have the XFL 3.0 back in session, fans are asking about potential relocation of some of these teams, so we figured we'd give you an update and tell you which teams might move and which teams do not, and what rumors are true and what rumors are not. So first off, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Vipers. The Vipers have been rumored before the league shut down that they potentially could be moving to Orlando. The talk was the reason why the XFL didn't hit places like Orlando or Alabama or San Diego is because there was already AAF teams in there, and when they were planning the league and putting things together, they assumed that the AAF would still be in existence, so they never touched those markets. Now that that has changed, the Vipers were rumored just before the league was to close that they potentially would move to Orlando. As far as Seattle Dragons go, they're not going anywhere. One of the highest rate attendance aside from St. Louis. Seattle Dragons are staying put. There's no question about that. LA Wildcats, they're kind of the most wild card of all these teams that might relocate. There was talk of maybe adding another team in San Antonio. Maybe, I know Josh Johnson threw out there to the Rock, hey, why don't you move the Wildcats to Oakland? Or maybe a San Diego as a potential spot. The big wild card is where LA Wildcats will play. I don't think that they would stay in the LA market. They were one of the weaker markets, and honestly, I mean, they can't even handle two NFL teams, let alone one. I'm not sure where the Wildcats might land. They might stay in LA and just move at a different venue. That's a possibility too. But the wild card in all of these relocation things is potentially, I'm not really sure where the Wildcats will wind up. Could they move to Texas or would they stay in California? That's to be determined. The Houston Roughnecks, top team, top city for the XFL with their championship game there and their training camp. The Houston Roughnecks are not going anywhere. St. Louis Battlehawks draw the biggest crowds. They were thinking maybe they might even have 50 to 60,000 fans at some of the games at the end. They're not going anywhere. The New York Guardians, they're not going anywhere. They might move to a different facility. That was rumored. The Guardians might move, not really sure where, but maybe to a soccer stadium perhaps, an MLS stadium that they might have nearby, but not play at the Meadowlands Jets Giants Stadium. That could be out. So like the Guardians and the LA Wildcats, they might just be looking at a different venue, though LA might move to a different town. But the Guardians are just looking for a potential smaller venue. DC Defenders, they're not going anywhere. They'll stay at Audi Field. Everything worked out great there. Thank goodness we have the Beer Snake. Hopefully that can return in 2021. The last one that was just complete wrong information, 100%, the Dallas Renegades is not going anywhere. They're not moving. The whole thing about them taking the stickers down and that means that they're moving, well, they were doing that across all of the places because the league folded. So, of course, they were going to take the stickers down. It doesn't mean that the Dallas Renegades are going anywhere. My sources tell me that Dallas is staying in Dallas, and that's just much to do about nothing, just some bad internet gossip and rumors. So Dallas isn't going anywhere. Whether they stay at the same stadium, I think I think they would still stay at the same stadium. So Tampa Bay Vipers, quick recap, could potentially move to Orlando. LA and New York could move to different stadiums. Pretty much everywhere, everybody else in the XFL is staying put. And there probably will most likely, 100%, not be any new teams for the 2021 season. So there'll be no expansion. But who knows what will happen in 2021 or 2022. But who knows what's going to happen in 2021 either.